when I fight for the world title, I'm going to be so good.
But I'll tell you what,
I'm going to be world champ.
Let me just...
Boxing's wheel of fortune is starting to turn for Prince Naseem Hamed, the brightest young light in the British fight game. We're live at the Scottish Exhibition Centre in Glasgow. It's carnival time, and the ringmaster is about to join us. Hello, good evening to you all. This is the start of a great run of Saturday night boxing here on ITV. Steve Robinson, Nigel Benn and Frank Bruno will all hold centre stage in the next month. But tonight, it's the young prince. Naseem Hamed has done everything right so far. 15 fights, 15 wins, 13 inside the distance, a couple of championship belts as well, and he's still only 20. And tonight he defends his WBC International Super Bantamweight title against the Mexican Armando Castro. He's already in the ring behind me. Barry McGuigan is up here alongside me as always. Welcome, Barry. What threat is the challenger to Naseem tonight?
Well, this guy is an enormous threat. Obviously, we don't know whether Hamed can take a punch in the chin or not. He's got all the other qualities, but we'd like to see him tested. This guy can certainly do that. He's had 62 professional fights. He's had over 30 knockouts. He's fought 3 champions recently of the world, and in the last one he fought the feared Alfred Cote in 12 rounds and never looked at any stage like he was going to go out. Now, it would be a real feather in Hamed's cap if he could stop this guy inside the distance, and that's what he'd be looking to do. But there's no doubt this guy is going to put up real opposition.
He's seen it all as well. He's been very much around the boxing block as this fellow. He's nearly 32 now, Armando Castro. Was very confident at the weigh-in. But Naseem Hamed is part of his world tour really here tonight, and he's got great support here. The Scots have taken this little fella.
Very much so, yeah. This is his year. He feels this is the year he can win a world title, and he'll want to do it in 95.
Well, it's a small arena here, but it's tightly packed. And he's done the PR really well up here. Very impressive appearance on the local chat show Kirsty last night. And when he emerges from the pack, you will see he is wearing a kilt. Or not at the moment, perhaps he's going to put that on a little bit later on, but he's been so relaxed. There's the kilt behind him. Been so relaxed here. He's loving every moment of his entry. And this, I'm sure, is the start of a year that will see Prince Naseem Hamed champion of the world. He started his last fight slowly. His trainer behind me, Brendan Ingle, said to me today that if Castro comes forwards, he could well knock him out in one, and there's the Morrison kilt, they tell me, in these parts, that I'm sure Naseem Hamed will be donning in the very near future. A very different sort of fighter. For my money, the most exciting young man in not only British, but world boxing today. So many people in recent months have come up to me and said, how good is this little guy? What do you think, Barry?
He's extremely talented. He's incredible. His awesome technique, his reflexes are incredible, and he punches really, really hard. His balance is incredible. He's got it all. One of the most exciting fighters we've seen in many, many years.
He's a decent little mover as well. Pure showmanship, and the Scottish fans here are loving every second. And now, how is he going to get into the ring? Has he got something special prepared for us now? The great thing about him is that he does all this And when he gets down to fighting as well, he is very, very special. Well, alongside me, I got Barry McGuigan, MBE, and our commentary team. Jim Watt, MBE as well, and Reg Guthridge just awarded the OBE. Reg, very well done from us all. Let's join the MC, Mike Goodall.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is sanctioned and conducted under the rules of the WBC International Championship Committee, with their supervisor at ringside, Mr. Nippereed of London, the British Boxing Board of Control supervisor, Dr. Shea from Glasgow. The judges at ringside, appointed by the WBC, Mr. Adrian Morgan of Cwmbran, Wales, and Mr. John Keane from Northampton. The referee in charge of tonight's action, who also scores the contest, Mr. Mickey Van from Leeds. The timekeeper appointed is Mr. Jim Russell of Glasgow, and the matchmaker, Mr. Ernie Fossey of Hertfordshire. Ladies and gentlemen, Saturday night is Big Fight Night, live and exclusive on ITV. From the SECC Glasgow, where our promoters, Frank Warren for Sports Network, in association with Kathleen Morrison and sponsored by William Martin Marine, proudly present a contest of 12 3-minute rounds to decide the WBC International Super Bantamweight Championship. Introducing the boxers in the red corner, wearing the red and green trunks, from Mexico City. From his 62-fight professional record, he has 43 wins, 38 coming by way of KO, 16 losses and 3 draws. The former undefeated Mexican champion and a former WBC international champion. Will you please welcome Armando Castro? And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, in the blue corner, wearing the leopard skin trunks, from Sheffield and the Yemen, remains undefeated in the 15 contests, 13 wins by way of KO. The current European Bantamweight champion and WBC International Superweight Bantam champion, Prince Naseem Hamed. At the official weigh-in, Castro scaled 8 stone 10 pounds, Ahmed 8 stone 9 pounds 12 ounces. The WBC International Super Bantamweight Championship.
Well, there it is, and all the trimmings are over, and certainly the frills as usual coming from Hamed now, but he's certainly beginning to convince a lot of non-believers, and for a while I was among them, that he could fight or not. It looks like he can. He's been in a gymnasium since he was a schoolboy practically. He loves the game. Not like maybe Chris Eubank, who says he doesn't. This fellow does all the showmanship, but he's made the crossover now, hasn't he, between the boxing and the show business. But the people either like, they may want to see him whacked. There's always a Billy the Kid around the corner in this game. But others admiring his skill, and he's got that extra dimension of this will to win by the look of it. And he certainly shoots from the lip. Been around, obviously, Castro. Fought 6 world champions, actually. He's won against 4 of them. But his last fight with Alfred Cote from the Ghana WBO Championship, well, he didn't really get much of a look in with that one. So now, let's see what Hamed can do. Has absolutely no occupational fear at all. Jim, you know, you particularly, we've been around long enough to watch fighters. Nothing upsets this boy. He's so natural before a fight. There's no tension.
Well, fighters like Muhammad Ali, Roberto Duran, Ray Leonard, they all have supreme confidence, but nobody's any more confident than this young fellow. Whether he'll reach the same heights as those other people remains to be seen. But he certainly is special.
And I tell you, Jim, I'm sure he takes a good punch. Oh dear, his legs there, you notice that? He might go out in the opening round, this fella. His legs went stiff on him there.
There's a short, jolting little hook, bang in the chin.
He's been watching tapes of him, Hamed. He says, I know how I'm going to do this guy.
You have to remember, Castro, most of his work's been done as a super flyweight, Reg. He might just not be big enough for Hamed.
There's no point in waving him on. That doesn't sound smart move to me.
If Hamed wanted him out, Reg, he would knock him out now.
They were teasing each other a bit at the way, and it wasn't nasty at all. In fact, it was fairly amusing. And Hamed wanted to have a wager with this fellow's manager. He said, "You seem to be braver than your fighter. I'll take your money," and he wouldn't go for it. Comes from
Castro's
Los
legs, Reg,
Angeles.
haven't recovered.
No,
see, he's got no balance at all. He's still
unbelievable.
shaking from that punch. Hamed doesn't want to knock him out. He's just standing off.
He looks a bit shock-worn, doesn't he? Oh, look at that. Oh, dear. This one's not going. Mickey Man's going to tell him stop all this waving on nonsense and pulling behind the head.
Castro's legs have gone, Reg. His legs have not recovered from that first look. The jolting hook caught him bang in the chin, and he hasn't recovered.
Well, I hope he's understood all that. He lives in California, this guy. So he was treading on cotton wool there, Jim, wasn't it, the Mexican?
Yep, you can see his movements, Reg. His legs have not recovered. That punch is really shaking him up. He hasn't thrown the effects. Hamed's just toying with him here. I think if he wanted to finish this, he could do it with one shot.
See, he boxes with so much heavier guys in the gym, and I mean, he's even been with a heavyweight for a while. Didn't please Brendan Ingle. I think he pulled him out. He didn't want any rough stuff there.
See, Castro, as I say, up until a couple of years ago, he was still a super flyweight, so I just don't think he has the strength. It's going to take a special fighter, even at this stage, to beat Hamed. And Castro is not that, Reg.
And you've got to catch him first, too, Jim. I mean, this guy, so far anyway, certainly can back up every boast. And to be fair to him, Jim, he's quite a modest fella out of the ring. He does this as a bit of an act and loves every bit of it, by the way.
We'll have to remember, Reg, this is the fellow who's just done 12 rounds for the world title. And Hamed is just playing with him here.
Yeah, Coty couldn't take him out. Years ago, Jim, he fought the great Thailander, didn't he? Galaxy. Well, it's almost like a stroll back to the opposite. Naseem Hamed. As I was saying, he once got in the gym with a heavyweight for a while. Incidentally, he was the man who took a liberty with you Coronation Street fans and gave poor old Jack Duckworth a black eye. It was Adam Fogarty. Well, you're all trying to make up your mind about this fella, and sometimes we do, to be exact, Jim and I. We've seen a few around. I mean, he's so unusual, but he digs hard, and I'm convinced he takes one.
I mean, we know he has power, Reg, but he's not even trying here. Just bang, out comes a punch. There it goes. From that point on, Castro didn't know quite where he was. I don't know if he'll recover in the inter-rounds here. I hope so.
10 seconds.
That little short shot, bang on the chin, bang. From that point on, he was an automatic pilot.
Second round then. And, well, he had a kneel prayer in the corner there, Castro. I think he's going to need it. And as I say, it'll only help him if he can fight at this stage. He might get over that punch. He's been around a long time, but it looks as though some of those punishing fights with one of the Galaxy twins in Thailand years ago, and he looked the part then, Castro. Starting to catch up with him, judging by the opening round.
See, Hamed's punching is so precise, he doesn't even have to set himself. He has natural power from any angle. The punches are solid.
Yeah, he doesn't lark about when he's punching, Jim. I'll give him credit for that. Super bantamweight, that between bantam and feather. It's the H-Stone 10 division.
He's complaining there about Hamed leaning on his shoulders, pulling him down.
He's got a lot of natural strength too, Hamed, hasn't he? Beautifully trained. Seen more fat on a butcher's apron than that.
Well, we know Castro won't give up. I mean, he's trying to get himself back into things here. But already they look different leagues altogether.
Never thought we'd say that, Jim, really, about him. Well, as Barry McGuigan was saying, this fella is a threat, but he hasn't showed any at the moment.
Well, in his last few fights, Reg, he's faced two men who have gone 12 rounds for world titles, and he has just toyed with them.
So a bit of a catcher at the moment, Castro, isn't he? A bit of a goalkeeper, Jimmy, stopping everything.
He doesn't even look close to catching Hamed with him. That was more of a stumble, yeah, quite right, referee ban.
He still caught him with a punch, though, Jimmy. He fell over himself. Some referees just might have given that as a count. A little bit of a shove at the end, anyway. Oh, dear, oh dear, leapt off the floor. Now there he shoved him again, but he did land the punch. But yes, he did shove him with that one.
See, he's got a great defence mechanism, Hamed. When he lands a punch, if the opponent's still there, he pushes him so he can't come back with a counter. These are good shots.
He digs, he digs.
Punches from all angles.
It's all over by the shouting, Jim, surely.
Yeah, I think as soon as he likes Reg, this one's over.
Dear, oh dear, he picks him off, Jim, doesn't he? Either hand, an awkward southpaw stance, the way he sways away from punches, Hamed. He just nodded to him there, Hamed, to say, how did you like that? Incidentally, that white spot in front of the gum shield that Hamed has, which I refer to as a bit of a Breur rabbit look, in all fairness, is actually the painted flag of Yemen on there. And he said, I've also got one in red, white and blue for when I fight, if I want to, for the British Championship. So that answers that one. Here it is again, Jim.
Mohamed set himself a couple of times for shots. And you can see even the difference in power when he sets himself. Now that was a punch and a kind of half push. I think the referee did the right thing, not counting a knockdown. But when he lands a punch, if the opponent's still there, he has the strength just to push him aside.
Well, he's been with this fellow Brendan England since he was a schoolboy. The story about him spotting him from the top of a bus in the school playground, ducking and diving, getting away from a gang of boys that were trying to hit him, and he laughed and said, I'd like to manage him, and he is. He's got an old team in the corner with him there, Castro, but it becomes the loneliest place in the world when that bell goes for this fellow. Can his experience now just get him over this rough passage? And it's certainly been that. He's hardly landed a worthwhile punch, really, the Mexican.
His legs still don't look right, Reg. I don't know if it's just the punch he took in the first round or if it's maybe all the previous fights, because that punch landed so early in the first, it's difficult to say. But his legs certainly don't look right, the way he's moving around.
He's moaning too, Castro, about Hamed pulling him. He'll fight till he drops the Mexican, that's for sure. Just incredible with Hamed, really. I mean, sometimes we think that maybe bravado camouflages fear a bit, but not in this fella's case.
It's the fact that men who have contested world title fights within a couple of months, they've gone with Hamed, and he's just totally different class.
Jim, he's looking very vacant there as we're looking up at Castro's eyes while referee Mickey Van is talking to him there.
It's his legs, Reg, and his movements.
Yeah,
you can see he's not recovered.
It's crazy calling him on. Oh dear, he might have an iron jaw, but not for long.
Well, Hamed had told us 5 rounds, Reg. I think he's just wasting some time, but I don't even think he can go 5.
Well, it's become target practice, which is a word that Hamed uses a lot for opposition. Oh dear, oh dear. I suppose bravery you can admire him anyway, but it's a foolish trait here for the Mexican. He knows Hamed clowns around a bit. He's trying to do some, but he's taking stick while he's doing it. He's really shipping punishment.
I mean, he's hardly landed a punch. He doesn't even look close to landing a punch.
His legs are all over the place, Jim. Let's see how his toes turn in when he leads with a punch.
Yeah, either that right hand, that little jab in the first minute has done that, or this previous fights, but he's certainly not right.
Oh dear. Well, if that was the alley shuffle, it's the worst impersonation I've seen. Oh, I see. He wants to take over the clown spot.
Well, to Castro's credit, he's taken some whacks since the first round, not gone over, but I mean, this is just nonsense.
Out for the third round then. And it looks as though Castro's experience has been totally... fourth round, I should say. Oh dear, don't say we're going to have a power cut in the middle of this. There's been problems, of course, with the flooding some time ago now. Well, recently, really, in Glasgow. And power problems. Oh dear. Well, that is a knockdown and no shove. Gets the man a G8 and he will need it. And I've got a feeling this now will be the beginning of the end. That's like the rock of the landslide that's going to come. See, Castro's never faced a guy like this. Nobody has, obviously. We realise that now. He's got all the time in the world now in this round, Jim. He's done it at the start of the round.
Well, he knows he has the power to do it with one single shot.
There it is. It's all over, I think, yes. Oh, he shouldn't have done that. He's given him the standing count, and he's done the somersault.
Well, not really, Reg, because his backside was on the ropes. The ropes were stopping him going over, so technically the referee can call that a knockdown.
Yeah, but I'm saying that Hamed thought the fight was over and did his somersault premature. Imagine if he'd have ricked an ankle at that stage, he would have been in trouble.
Castro's had nothing to offer since that first shot in the first round.
Yeah.
This looks like the end now.
Yeah, the referee will do him a favour now, getting in as soon as he can. He knows he's going. And Mickey Van there, he's getting right on top of him too. He realises that he might want to have to step in. It's a foolish bravery, and it's all over in the fourth round. And there is the official somersault, of course. And it had to happen. I mean, he just totally outclassed this guy. And you can understand Frank Warren saying, see, you've done it again. And he's due to fight Jimmy Bredall, the Dane, probably in Dublin on March the 4th for the European Bantamweight Championship defence. And there, as I was saying, is that painted gum shield there of Hamed. And well, Castro's corner, believe it or not, arguing that their man was stopped a bit prematurely. In fact, it was a compassionate act. And there's Dad Sal with Hamed, and well, the whole of the Hamed, I nearly said clan, as it's in Scotland now, regiment they look outside. Here's the first knockdown now, Jim.
Yeah, see, one single punch and he's over. That's the natural power. He doesn't have to set himself for punches. The power is there. We haven't learned anything new about Hamed for this performance, but just been reinstated what we already knew. Tremendous power, tremendous talent. He's doing exactly as he pleases with a fellow who has just finished facing a world champion. Incredible. See, he would have gone over here if that rope hadn't kept him up. That was the reason Mickey Van could step in and give him a count. Technically, it would have been a knockdown. But see, nothing to offer here. Legs gone completely. Hadn't landed a punch since the first round. He only landed one punch in the whole of the 4 rounds.
And you agree with the referee, Jim?
Yes, definitely, definitely.
Obviously, I wouldn't have minded him going in a bit earlier if he had to. Well, there it is. He boasts a bit, but he can bang a bit as well.
52 seconds of the 4th round, the referee has stopped the contest. The winner,
the international championship is supposed to be for those not rated in the top 10, but then it gets them in the top rankings. 16th on the turn, 14th knockout or stoppage, and he'll melt the crowd. And I must say, the Scots have liked him up here. They've been amused by some of his antics.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're appreciating some very good loser indeed.
And he's certainly doing his best to upstage Chris Eubank. Yeah, Dad's a bit pleased with himself as well, there, isn't he? All the family leading the cheerleaders here, but as I said, the Scottish crowd have liked Hamed. He's had a good press, he's been on the chat shows, and now he's in another chat show, and let's hope Gary Newbon can get a word in sometime.
Naz, Naz, you're keeping me waiting. Come on.
Sorry about this, Gary, but you know, you saw the skill for yourself. Now you got a bit cheeky, that's why it didn't go in 5, it went in 4. Now you can't tell me that one spewed it and all, can you, Gaza?
I thought you were in tremendous form tonight. That guy's never actually been stopped by anything else but cuts, and he's been in with 8 world champions. But I got a feeling at one stage you were waiting for that fifth round prediction, because you were in command from the time you rocked him in the first round with a left hook, and he never recovered.
Of course, I'm unique. You've got to know this, Gary. More time to the Mexican section. But all I've got to say is, I know I'm the best, and Gary, you know that was a great performance. But he got a bit cheeky. So who to say that he went in 5th round? Now he was going to go in 5th round. I'm sorry if I lost people some money, but he got a bit cheeky. Frank Warren wanted him done early, and just to say.
Okay, well, this was the end, really, although it stopped afterwards. It was this knockdown that finished it off.
All right, I'm sure this is a right hand. Oh, a right hand's coming up, I think. See, oh, baby, there it is. I think that one what really done the damage. But the one was before that, look at them uppercuts and hooks. He's gone. All the cheek beforehand, saying, come forward, let's have it.
Now your parents, your dad's just back here from the Yemen. The president of Yemen has given you a present this week. Tell the viewers what it is.
I'm going to say these sports convertible when I get it. I'm definitely getting it. I know that. Now, I think he wants to give me 3 after this fight.
Okay, next fight, European title against Johnny Breedle of Denmark. He's not going to have any chance, is he?
I think he's a runner, basically, and if he runs, he's definitely going to get knocked out. I can't see any of them. Definitely, I can't see any of them beating me. Look, you've seen a come forward fighter. You've seen what I did to him. I break him down, take him out, Gaza. That's what I'm very good at.
I'm convinced. Great performance. Good night.
Good night, viewers, because you know I'm champ. Good night.
Yes, and good night to Naz. He'll probably try and drive all those 3 cars at the same time, I would think. Barry, what do you make of it?
An altogether brilliant performance, quite incredible. He's just awesome, the way he moved, the way he punched. He just took that guy apart, never been stopped before, and he just battered him to a pulp. I've never seen such an example of power in my whole life, speed, reaction. I don't think he took one punch in anger.
They loved him here as well, didn't they?
Oh, did they? What? It's hard not to love him. He's exciting. He's just Mr. Excitement. Fantastic. There's only a half a dozen guys in the whole world who's going to give this guy trouble. And from Bantamweight right through to featherweight, there aren't many that are going to be able to beat him, I'll tell you.
That's right. Well, I tell you what, I thought this fella was going to give him trouble. He didn't give him any, did he?
Well, I thought that he would have given him a much more trouble and much more resistance. Really, the fight started, it was beginning to fall apart right from the very beginning. The first left hook hit him on the chin, and really after that it was all downhill and his legs were falling apart.
Okay, Barry, thanks very much indeed for the moment.